voice inside my head sing, you never reach it. Oh, hi there. What, this? Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? And guess what? Today, before we're gonna have our lesson for language arts, I'm gonna teach you how to make this thing first. For us to be able to make our realistic paper rose, of course, we need to have just three very simple materials. Number one, we need paper. Ideally, people make use of construction papers or any colorful papers that are available. But unfortunately, right now in my apartment, I don't have any. So what I did was I just made use of my scrap papers and look at the result. Second, we need a glue, and the third one, a pair of scissors. Let's begin. Now, I'd like you to make one during your leisure time. Hi, kids! Maayong adlaw. Sounds strange. I was actually speaking my language. It means good day. Let's proceed to the very flesh of this week's topic. Now, we're going to be talking about the past tense of irregular verbs. In our previous lesson, we talked about verbs in general. Now, here's a very quick review. Verb is a word used to describe an action, state, or occurrence and forming the main part of the predicate of a sentence, such as hear, become, happen, etc. About what happened yesterday, we use the past tense. In forming the past tense of regular verbs, we simply add d or ed. But with irregular verbs, the whole word completely changes. For example, from eat to ate, from do to did, from give to gave, and more. What is an irregular verb? An irregular verb is the one that does not take the ending of the past simple form. While most irregular verbs change completely, for example, buy becomes bought. Some irregular verbs do not change. For example, put remains as put. Let's give it a try. I'd like you to guess on the past tense of the following irregular verbs. good try with that? I bet so. Now here are more examples of irregular verbs changing from their base forms to simple past. Be becomes was or were. Become becomes became. Begin began. Build built. Catch caught. Come came. Cost remains cost. Cut remains cut. Find found. Forget forgot. Get got. Give gave. Go to went, have to had, hear to heard, and know to knew. Leave to left, make to made, meet to met, and pay to paid. Stays as put, and read becomes read. The same spelling, but they differ in pronunciation. Run to ran, say to said. From see to saw, sell to sold, sing, sang, sit, sat. From speak to spoke, steal to stole, swim to swam, and take to took. Here, teach becomes taught. Tell becomes told, think becomes thought, write becomes wrote, and win becomes won. Now here are some examples of irregular verbs that are used in sentences. I'm going to say to you each sentence twice, and you're going to identify the irregular verb that is being used in each of the sentences. First sentence. I bought a red car and it cost 20,000 euros. Again, I bought a red car and it cost 20,000 euros. There are actually two irregular verbs used in that sentence. What are these? These are bought and cost. Did you get it right? Second sentence. You wrote a book last year. One more time. You wrote a book last year. What was it? Yeah, perfect. Wrote. Yay! Third sentence. He came at home. Once again, he came at home. Again? Yeah, exactly. Came. The fourth one. We spoke two languages, French and English. One more time. We spoke two languages, French and English. Right, spoke. Fifth and the final sentence. She ran very fast and she won the race. She ran very fast and she won the race. Sentence, there are actually two irregular verbs used. What are these? We have ran and won. This time, for learning very fast and for doing such a great job, let us give ourselves the firecrackers clap. I'm sure you missed this one. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Psh, 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 psh. Boom! This time, I'm gonna give you a story about Cinderella. And while you're listening to the story very intently, I would like you to list down all the irregular verbs that are being mentioned in the story. Ready? The story of Cinderella. Cinderella lived in a small village in the north of England. She had two sisters. They were very ugly. She got up every morning at 6 o'clock. Then she made breakfast for her sisters. And afterwards, she cleaned the house. She worked all day. Her two ugly sisters were lazy. They never did any work because Cinderella did everything. Cinderella was very unhappy. The postman came to the house. He gave Cinderella's sister an envelope. In the envelope, there were 3 invitations to a party at the prince's house. She happily said to her sisters, "Fantastic! There is a party at the prince's house." But one of her sisters said, "I can wear my red new dress, and Esmeralda can wear her new blue dress. But you, Cinderella, you can't go because your dress is old and dirty, and you haven't got any shoes." On Saturday at 8 o'clock, the ugly sisters went to the party. Cinderella sat in the kitchen. She was very sad. There was a ring at the door. Cinderella opened it. There was a woman. She said, "Hello, I am your fairy godmother. Why are you sad?" Cinderella said, "I want to go to the party, but I haven't got any beautiful clothes." The fairy godmother said, "No problem. Here is a new dress and some glass shoes. There is a golden bicycle in the street. Now you can go to the party, but you must return before 12 o'clock." Cinderella said, "Thank you." She put on the glass shoes and the red dress. She looked very pretty. Then she went to the party by the bicycle. The party was very good. At first, Cinderella was very shy, but after an hour, the prince asked Cinderella to dance. They danced for a very long time. The prince said to Cinderella, "I like your dress, and you were very pretty." Cinderella was very happy that she forgot what time it was. Suddenly, the clock rang. Cinderella said, "Oh no, I must go. It's 12 o'clock." She ran home, and at the door of the prince's house, she lost her shoe. The next day, the prince was very sad. He was so in love with Cinderella, but he didn't know where to find her. He went to all the houses in the village and said, "Do you know whose shoe this is?" Finally, he went to Cinderella's house. Cinderella opened the door. The prince said, "I love you. Do you want to marry me?" Cinderella said, "Yes." The wedding was the week after. Cinderella and the prince were never unhappy again. The end. What a beautiful, timeless story, right? What are the moral values of the story, by the way? Oh, let me leave that to you. Now, did you get your list of irregular verbs that are mentioned in the story? I hope so. I hope that you have learned a lot today and you enjoy as well. Bye bye. Have a great day.